It's when things start going well and the wind's at your back that you can get not lazy, not cocky, but sometimes it's just go into a comfort zone. Like things are going well, I can just relax a little bit. Are there times where you find yourself inconsistent? Suddenly everything's going well, and then out of nowhere you have a dip and you feel like you're back to square one. Today we're going to talk about why that happens and how you're going to make sure it doesn't happen in the future. I'm Ian Hawkins, and this is Sport is Life. The purpose of sport, as I see it, is to see your vision become a reality. Find your voice, create strong connections, and learn to trust your body. A common occurrence for people that I coach is they learn new processes, they get themselves in a really good position, and then they stop doing what got them there. And they have setbacks and they regress and they realize that they need to get back to doing those things that got them into that really good place. It reminds me a lot of when I'm running, when I'm heading into that really strong wind. You absolutely know that you're pushing against resistance. It's harder. You get impacted by the wind in your movement and your ability to stay balanced, to stay in control. But when you're running with the wind behind you, sometimes you don't even notice. In fact, it almost feels like you're being a bit cheated because you definitely notice when you're heading into the wind and you don't necessarily get the advantage when the wind's at your back. Now, when you are pushing into the wind, when things are challenging, that's when you really have to focus on making sure you are balanced. You have to make sure that you've got the right technique, the right process. It's when things start going well and the wind's at your back that you can get not lazy, not cocky, but sometimes it's just go into a comfort zone. Like things are going well, I can just relax a little bit. If you want to be at your best continually and you want to reach consistency, then you need to continue to do those things that got you to where you were when things weren't so good. Now, granted, some things that you have to do as you build and you grow, you won't have to continue to do. But the key foundational elements that you know work and know always get you in a good position and always have you feeling your best, thinking your best, they need to be in place and they need to become habit. Whether that's you build that into your routine in the morning, in the evening, and some other part of your day, or you do it for long enough that you actually make it a habit. And from a sporting perspective, you think about how often we have a coach in different environments that make sure that we get things done. They hold us to account. And I like having that as well in my life. I have a coach that holds me to account. And I also just love being able to just talk things out when I'm feeling stuck and I'm feeling like, why isn't everything going well again? Why suddenly have I hit the wall? Now, more often than not, it's because I've stopped doing something. Sometimes also is that things can't continue to be at that optimum level the whole time. But usually, like I said, more often than not, it's because I've stopped doing something. So for you, have a think about your life. When things are tough, you're making sure you put things in place. You're making sure you get yourself back on track. Maybe sometimes that takes a little bit longer. And sometimes you can allow yourself to fall a little bit into bad habits. And that's okay because that's life. It's how do you keep yourself above the line and actually increase your line of what your consistency looks like? It's by continuing to do those foundational elements. Identify what you know works, what you know equals high performance for you, whether it's preparation, exercise, meditation, journaling, a lot of things that I talk about. For you, it might be something else. It might be spending time with people. It might be spending time on your own. I have a client who loves adventure. He makes sure you prioritize getting a backpack on and just go and walk about, as he describes. Whatever it is for you, make sure you keep doing that so you can stay up, stay consistent, and even when the wind is at your back, you're continuing to push on and reach your best performances. You've taken the time to listen to this whole episode. Now it's time to take action. Commit to one thing you've learned today and make it happen. And to avoid any obstructions, join the Sport is Life movement by clicking on the link in the show notes.